In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law 1975 C-231 has been posted. And two newspapers, the Record and the Ridgewood News, have been notified. Roll call, please.
Capano. Here. Brodsky.
Here.
Margolis.
Here.
March.
Here.
Pollock. Here. Mr. Stern. Present. Mayor Randall.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. Please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Rich.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I have a proclamation to read. Alrighty. Proclamation honoring a fourth grade spelling bee champion. Very nice.
Can you spell it?
Whereas academic achievement, dedication, and perseverance are qualities that inspire others and contribute to a strong and successful school community. And whereas Krish Agate, a fourth grade student at Dorchester Elementary School, has demonstrated exceptional spelling skills, determination, and a commitment to excellence. And whereas through the hard work, careful preparation, outstanding performance, Krish earned the title of Spelling Bee Champion, competing with confidence and displaying remarkable knowledge and language and vocabulary skills. And whereas this achievement reflects not only personal effort, but also encouragement and support of teachers, family members, and classmates who have contributed to this success. And whereas Krish serves as an excellent example of the rewards that come from curiosity, discipline, and love of learning. Now therefore be proclaimed that we proudly recognize and congratulate Krish Agate as winning the 2025 and 2026 Scripps National Spelling Bee Championship and commend this outstanding accomplishment. We celebrate this achievement and extend our best wishes for continued success in all our future endeavors. Signed, Mayor Carlos Rendo, Councilman Christopher Bonanno, Councilwoman Jennifer Margolis, Councilman Benjamin Pollock, Councilwoman Julie Brodsky, Councilwoman Nicole Marsh, and Council President Josh Stern. Congratulations. Yeah. I got the proclamation for you. Come on. Yeah, you can sit in the main seat. There you go. Look at this.
Sit there.
Oh, let's look over here. You just see.
Yeah.
Krish, ask the mayor to spell the word that you won by.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the word?
What was the word?
Come on up. Yeah. Put your parents and go up a little bit. There you go. On the fence. Yes.
Oh, is that a kiss or that was a puck?
Just right now.
Ah.
Chuckle. Thank you all.
Yeah. Be the next one. Christian, you win last year too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roy said he can spell anything.
Alright, so you don't need to stay for this boring meeting. You can stay, obviously, but you don't need to stay for the boring meeting. Yeah, it's super nice.
The video will be on, the meeting gets posted on our website.
On YouTube.
On our, you go to our website and it'll be on the YouTube link, so.
YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you for the.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Just. All right, approval of minutes, May 18th, 2025, open session. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed? Motion passes. May 18th, 2026, closed section. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Motion to open to the public, limited to 3 minutes on any topic. Motion to open to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
And any opposed? None. Motion passes. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, come right up. Okay, ladies first.
Use the mic. Joe, use the mic so they can hear you at home.
Here,
It should be on.
just, should I push it down?
No, it should be on.
Okay. Josephine Higgins, Wickup Lake. I just wanted to know, on 300, Chestnut Ridge Road, the TWA, what water are they doing? What are they doing with the water and what type of contamination or stuff they have? Do they have there or anything?
It's not contamination. What that is, Mayor, is it's they have to go to DEP. Our sewer lines, as you know, were built there many,
Oh,
many years
50
ago,
years,
50 years
55
ago,
years.
at least. And they were set up not to accommodate that amount of housing. So they have to upgrade the sewer line. So they have to get approval. So they've submitted that information. It's been reviewed and re-reviewed, if you will, by our
Right.
engineer. So they have to get approval from DEP and from the Bergen County Utility Authority.
Okay.
So in order for them to submit that, it has to be approved by us, which our engineer is recommending that we do.
Are we gonna have to pay for this though?
No, they're paying for
They
it.
will pay.
It's just a bigger pipe.
So as
It-
part of the
yeah.
redevelopment.
Yeah, but how, they're gonna have a big pipe that's where they go back under the,
Underground.
Yeah,
under
they're gonna,
the State Parkway?
No, it's just,
it's a section of, it's about 2,000 feet of that pipe from
yeah, but
where
it's under Chestnut Ridge Road.
it's under Chestnut Ridge Road. So they have to dig that up. They have to, upgrade that pipe and,
Okay.
make it bigger in order to accommodate the upcoming.
Where will it eventually go though? I mean,
And eventually it'll get hooked to the pipe, which is bigger down
Where do
by
we-
Saddle River Road, which
Right.
goes down to BCUA.
Yeah.
Yes.
okay, very good.
And like I said, it's all been reviewed and double checked by our engineer to make sure that it will comply with what's needed there.
Okay, as long as we don't have to pay and, okay, thank you very much.
You got it.
You got it.
Come on up.
Good evening.
Thank
Thank you very much. Evening, Mayor.
Say your name and where you're from.
I'm Brian McGurgan from Woodcliff Lake. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Brian McGurgan. I'm a Woodcliff Lake resident and parent, and one of the people helping run the Woodcliff Lake swim team. I'm here tonight to ask the council to help make the swim team participation more accessible to all Woodcliff Lake families. I want to start by sharing what this team has meant to my oldest daughter, Grace. Before joining the Woodcliff Lake swim team, she never really connected with any sports. When she first joined, she was afraid to swim a single lap. But through the Woodcliff Lake swim team, she found something she enjoyed, she made friends, she gained confidence, and she learned discipline and perseverance. Over time, she went from being afraid of being able to swim a single lap of freestyle to competing in 50, 100, and 200 meter races, including some of swimming's most challenging events, like butterfly and the individual medley, which combines all 4 strokes in a single race. After her first summer on the Woodcliff Lake swim team, she was inspired to try out for a year-round club team. She didn't make it the first time she tried out, but she kept working. She kept improving and eventually earned a spot on a competitive team where she now swims year-round. The journey started here in Woodcliff Lake on our swim team, and Grace is not unique. Every summer, I see children building confidence, learning teamwork, forming friendships, and discovering what they're capable of. I see older swimmers mentoring younger swimmers. I see our coaches encouraging kids who are nervous. I see families coming together and around a positive and healthy activity. The sense of community is one of the best things about our program. Swimming also provides something that's also incredibly important: water safety. We live in a community where many families have access to pools, whether at home or at the old mill or elsewhere. The more capable, comfortable, and confident our children are at the water, the safer they are around pools, lakes, and oceans. Teaching children proper swimming skills is not just a recreation, it's a life skill. Unfortunately, the current pool membership structure creates a significant barrier for many families. League rules require that we have full access to the pool whenever it is open. In Woodcliff Lake, that means that a family must purchase a family pool membership and pay the team dues on top of that, which results for a single swimmer is $850 to participate on the swim team. With a family of 2 swimmers, that's over $1,000, $1,050 for 2 swimmers. For families, some of that families, the cost is simply too high. I'm not asking the town to give away anything for free. I'm asking for the council to explore a more affordable access membership option for swim team families, similar to the approach used by other communities in our league. Doing so would allow more children to participate, strengthen the program that benefits our community, promote water safety, and help ensure the cost is not the reason why a child misses out on an opportunity to participate and can positively shape their life. I know what this team did for my daughter. I would love to see more Woodcliff Lake children have the same opportunity. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Brian, what do the other communities do?
There are a variety of different things. I actually printed out for you the 2 most comparable that I can hand out to everybody. Mawa has a rate which is specific for for adult and child instead of having to go from just an adult to a family. Waldwick has a specific swim team only rate. So for example, for us, for 2 swimmers, which is kind of your typical in families, it's $1,050. In Mawa, that's $450. In Waldwick, that's $250.
Weekend some, so I think they came today because the swim season starts soon. So there are unfortunately in some other, there's strange rules in the league, and then there's even slightly more different rules for the championship meets. But there is an opportunity to give them some sort of break on some of it, whether it be giving $100 back per swimmer, whether it is giving $100 because that's how much it costs at the other. Mawa is 165 and then 75.
I mean, just so you know, we looked at this back in March originally, and we got the league rules, and our understanding is, that we can't do tiered pricing just for the swim club. That if we do that, you guys can't participate in any league championships. So let me finish. So when we met in March, everybody was in agreement that we were not going to do that. This came to light last week. We've already set pricing, for the pool. Our understanding of the league rules is one thing. I think everybody wants to help the swim club. I think we need to come up with a solution where I think you guys can participate in league championships, and that we can do something where it is more affordable. One thing, that, I thought is, because a while back, the town used to pay for the coach. So there might be a way where we can actually reduce the cost of the swim team membership while not having tiered pricing. Because I also think tiered pricing undercuts, our attempt to get people to join the pool, right? Since COVID, we saw a tremendous drop in the pool. That number has started to tick up. I don't want to put tiered pricing where, and I think we saw it last week, there were people who emailed our park and rec guy to be like, I'm hearing that there might be favorable pricing. How can I get just June pricing for the pool? That's something we don't do.
Yeah.
I know we looked at Mawa. Mawa has a completely different price structure where every adult pays $175. That's not a preferential rate, right? I mean, that's not just for swim team members. So it's something that I think we want to look at. When we talk about the pool, it's an asset of the town that generates probably close to $200,000 a year. I think we need to be thorough and smart about it. I mean, we just got information today. So unfortunately, I think, we want to really think about this. I don't see how we can get this in place for next year. If we had certain information back in March, if there had been, maybe more of a full dialogue in March, something could have been done before the season. It's just unfortunate that the pool's already open and people have already paid money for the pool, but
come up and say you need. Only so people can hear you at home and be.
Samantha Antarami. I led the swim team for about 5 years before Brian took over. And this has been a battle for at least 6 years. And every season, no matter how early we start bringing this up, you guys say it's too late. Let's do it next year. Let's do it next year. And I understand, I've been in these meetings, so many of these meetings before, and I understand where you're coming from. But we're here on behalf of the kids. And we show up to meets with 30 kids I don't know if you guys have ever swam, but you can't win a meet if your team has 30 kids and all the other teams are 60, 70 kids in Mawa's case. And we're here to fight for the kids. We've got to be able to do something. The only thing you keep bringing up, you know, the league rules. The only thing that the league rules say is that if you have a swimmer, if your swimmer is paying for a swim team membership, they need to access the pool whenever it's open. That's the only thing here.
My understanding, that's not, it has to be, that there needs to be adults on that
Yes,
membership.
yes.
Right?
That is
So the issue is, like,
So-
I've been on the council 3 years. Nobody has ever come to me and said, like, you've never contacted me and said, you know, how can we sell this,
So-
right? Everyone goes to
We've-
one person and then.
I-
That's not true.
It's
not
Have you ever contacted me about this?
Me personally,
Yes.
I'm not no longer running the team, but yeah.
They have been contacted here. Problem was is that the information that we had received, the wording was in such a way that we believed it to be that way. And then this year we were able to get to the bottom of it, even after getting the information last week from the head of the championship league, that we were actually talking about the same thing. It was just the words were misconstrued. So what Sam is saying is correct, that if you can have whatever pricing you want for the swim team, as long as they have full access to the pool.
So I will say this, the information that Ryan received today is very helpful, but we need to look at it in the language is very important for the overall pricing structure.
So be careful about the information Ryan sent. If it's what he sent me, we don't participate in that championship. We are in the Bergen Swim League only. So.
No, I'm just talking about the dollars, like the number of swimmers and the
But yeah.
fees, and
When did Brian get Ricky sent it over today? Was it today?
Ryan-
it was today.
Yeah, Ryan sent over something about, I forget what it's an NJ league. It's not a league.
No, that's not what he sent us, so it was strictly financial.
The kids and the budget and all that.
Right, and
Yep.
so that's sort of what we really need to take a look at the end of the day, because like, this is like the one business structure we have in town that, you know, we hope runs on a profit.
Yep.
So the language is very careful on.
I mean, I'm happy.
Pool loses money. I'm sorry. I just wanna make sure.
I'm more
okay.
than happy to actually sit down, you know, because we can have internal meetings.
Thanks.
I'm more than happy to sit down with you guys and craft a solution, because I think there is a solution to be had.
We want
I
to find a
just don't-
solution. We just have to get all the right numbers
I
in
just
front of us.
personally-
If I may, I think Brian just said something very important that I hadn't heard before. You said you don't participate in the championship. So,
So our league has a championship and it just rotates who hosts it, but we don't
So the-
participate in
but so
the one that, the.
PMA, the
Lions-
Pool Managers Association.
Correct. We don't
Because-
participate in this.
Because,
Is that correct? That's correct then, right?
okay, that's the first honestly I've ever heard of that, because I thought everybody participated in that.
No, the
That's,
woman Angela out of Mawa runs the league and she's amazing. I will say like
is she still running it? I was told she's not running it anymore.
Angela Larkin, correct?
Yeah, but I was told she's stepping down. This is the problem.
Yeah.
You talk to somebody tells you something different. This is what I was told
Well-
last week.
Tears.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, so
So-
when you, and I'm sorry, when I talk to somebody, they tell me one thing, then somebody else, so.
I think she's been trying to step down for a while, and maybe this is
Okay.
it's actually happening.
And she hasn't found her Brian yet.
So
Exactly.
you guys said something a couple of minutes ago, and I wonder if there's sort of a secondary sort of issue that we need to address, not just sort of the pricing structure. Is that on average, our swim team is around 30 or so kids, that other towns, in order to have a meaningful showing, are showing up with 70 to 90 people, I think you said.
I'd say like 60
Yeah.
to 70.
60 to 70. I guess my question is, do we even have the end value in the town to get to that? Like, if we paid people to join the swim team, like, could we even get that many kids?
So
And the reason I bring
It's
it up is,
40 now, is that number?
we have somewhere between 30 and 40 right now. I know 4 of them do not have pool memberships at the moment, so I'm going to guess we're gonna be in the mid-30s.
I mean, I do want to sit down with you guys, you know, very soon. I'm not saying we're gonna kick it off, you know, until till December, but
Right.
but we can do it this summer. You know, sit down so we can craft a solution.
For next
Yeah,
season.
because I really do want to grow, you know, it's something that we actually can grow. I will say, like, one thing, you know, just talking with, you know, Ben, because both of us have children who are about the age of, you know, participating in the swim club. And I don't think a lot of people know that we have a swim club. And I think, you know, if we can come up with a solution, I'm sorry, a swim team,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, I think if we can make it.
We've been trying to be more present on social media and get that information out there. I
We have a
have
great website.
You know, certainly.
a lot of contacts.
To amplify that on their,
Yeah.
on their socials.
A lot of people
Um,
have reached out asking, do you have to be a member of the pool? And so, yes, you do.
I think there's something we can do now. We're all sitting in this room, we could figure something to help it now, and then have it be a trial or a pilot for this year, and then sit down and do it for next year, because he's got 4 or 5 people who are unfortunately going to be precluded.
I mean, the problem, like, there is an issue of fairness, right? You know, like, I pay $700 to join the pool.
Mhm.
And if we're giving, you know, families who have swim team members a discount, there is an issue of people who have joined the pool and have paid a decent amount of money, look at that and say, that's not really fair, right?
But
So,
I have a question though, we're not talking about like a whole family being able to go.
Correct.
We're talking about having a child who's on the swim team be able to go and have a parent who's on that membership also, because the child can't swim without the parent. So
Right.
it's not exactly the same as a family membership. You have to have the adult on there because the kid has to be there, but it's not apples to apples
Yeah, but the issue
talking
is,
about
I mean, right
family
now-
memberships.
okay, so right now, our single adult membership, I think, is like $300 or $330, right? So are we looking to, I mean, we're essentially looking to create so someone who joins as a single adult pays $300 or $330, right? To get full access. Are we looking to, but for someone who has a team member, have that be $175? If I was that person paying $330, I would say that's not really fair.
So I don't think,
$200 should be on the swim team as well, so they're putting out an extra
I think
sort
we
of.
could find some,
Sure.
I think we could sit
Yeah, no,
down and
correct, which
find
is why
some sort of solution. It doesn't have to be $750, maybe it doesn't have to be
I don't
but there
think anyone
has to be
disagrees.
something that we can do.
Put something to do here.
Especially
Like,
knowing
this
that
year.
there's a few members who want, like, if there's 4 kids who wanna be on the swim team, who now might not be able to be on the swim team because they can't afford a family membership. I just think that there's something that I don't have the solution, but if we can all sit down and talk about it, there might be something we can come up with.
No one's
That would be-
disagreeing.
What,
No one's disagreeing with you.
yeah, but
But we're talking about
Yeah,
this year.
The problem is.
disagreeing with.
Well,
Rocky disagreeing. Yeah.
I disagree with, I very much.
No, we all
disagree
agree there has to be
with
a solution.
I disagree
there
with
is
tiered
a
pricing,
solution.
right? Because I think it undermines the asset of the pool, right? Because then I think you have people complaining, this isn't fair. You have people who may sign up for the swim club, who then decide, I'm gonna cancel it, you know, but then I still have, you know, members.
once I have your money,
Yeah, once you have the money, they've already paid the $200.
do everything.
So like, I personally would rather see us, you know, subsidize things, you know, the swim team, so we keep the memberships the same, but we can create it as an amenity for people who've joined the pool, right?
Where does the
So-
$200 go today?
So the bulk of it goes to salaries. We have.
Coach.
yeah,
League fees.
coaches.
We used to pay for the coaches using.
Correct.
Yeah.
So right now, I think the coaches are like $7,000 or $8,000.
Well, I was
Yeah.
told,
So I think we have budgeted about 6,500 for coaches this year. This is the first year that Gabe is also helping us run the team. I roped him in because I was a little scared to do it by myself. So this is the first year we're trying to figure out all of that, from years past. To your point, I will say the one thing that all the other towns that I look at have that we do not have is a adult plus child membership, right? So you have a single parent and they have a child, they're paying the family rate, right? And you can think about it the same way for the swim team. I have a family and they want one child to be able to swim. We have no way to let them join for that one child to swim. That's gonna.
No, I don't
plug
think,
this.
I think we need to look at, you know, we can look at the pricing structure completely,
Yeah.
but the problem is the pricing structure has already been determined for the year.
Mhm.
But, you know, I think if you created where the swim team is an amenity for everyone who joins the pool, like my son who's gonna be in day camp, you know, if it was $50 for him to join the swim team, I might send him to the swim team versus if I had to do $200, right?
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
can target more people that way, and you can
Absolutely.
grow
Yeah.
both. You know, I think you can
Yeah.
grow both memberships. You can, if it's an amenity in the pool, it's a good way to advertise the pool, and
I
if you
think
can
that's
get
a
those
great idea.
kids.
yeah,
But I think it's a little late in the season to sort of have those conversations to sort of change the entire structure of the way you guys operate
Well,
and the way we operate. That's the only problem that I see right now.
I'll suggest this, instead of making changes, it could be an addition to a structure instead of changing other structures. But like I said, I think with the numbers that came in today with the salaries of the coaches and whatnot, the number of kids. I think we just need to sit and play with the numbers. And if there's something that we can affect this year, we want to, because we want to support the kids and the team and whatnot. So,
So why doesn't the Park and Rec Committee meet with them and come to a solution?
that's,
Okay, all right.
this just came up this week.
Oh,
And
okay.
we've tried to get together. We had a call that didn't work, so.
Ryan, how many kids want to join? Like right now, you guys have that? I have about 40, I think, on my sign up at the moment, as I think I got one more on the way over here. And I know of at least 4 that are not members of the pool.
Gotcha.
And they're all Woodcliff
2
Lake
families, all Woodcliff Lake residents.
Yeah.
When does the season start officially?
Our clinic is this weekend.
Okay.
And then the season officially starts in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Right, it's a second
Right.
season. And it's just a second 6-week season. Right?
Yeah, it's not a long, it's not a long
Right,
season.
no, that's why I just want.
And I think
Yeah.
just being in town and understanding from parents, a lot of people don't join the pool because they send their kids to sleep away, or,
Right.
they're gone for an entire month and,
Yeah.
We have a very,
Yeah.
But we have a young team. It's a lot
Yeah.
of younger kids. So if we can figure out something now
They
going
could be
forward,
nurtured, right?
Yeah.
would be fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, that
Thank
sounds
you.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Send an email and set up a.
Okay.
Well, he can send it to the whole rec committee. Yeah.
Right. Right, anyone else? Oh, you want
Oh, Gabe's coming up.
to-
Just to make a point, I'm Gabriel Miani, 23 Reeds Lane, Woodcliff Lake. I'm here to just reinforce the previous notions. I mean, I think the big section of the community that we're trying to grab are the people who have their own pools. And there's not going to be necessarily an interest in joining the whole pool as a whole family. And this is to create a pathway for them to also be part of the program,
Right.
which, I have seen from my 2 girls, from all the kids that are there, the amount of confidence that builds in them, and they all become swimming little fish, and it's amazing. So if we could find some pathway for it, I agree with your concerns, Josh, for sure. Having already now gotten into the season, I agree with you as well that, it shouldn't be something that ends up necessarily discounting what somebody else has already paid. So I agree with you there. But, just asking to see if there's some sort of structure that can work. And then separately, the only thing, because I do walk from Reeds all the way to the pool, if we could get the DBW guys to trim those bushes on the sidewalk opposite the Our Lady of.
Bliss.
It's a
Yeah.
problem.
We'll
call property maintenance, but.
we'll have our property maintenance, they're all on Bliss Court.
Mhm.
Those
Yes.
I know that they don't belong to. the
And
town.
it's like out of sight, it's like out of sight, out of mind for
Mhm.
them.
Well, and they've been told, a couple have been told, and I'll make sure that our.
Every year they're
property
told.
maintenance-
Every year, yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Then I would say then we need a safer pass from the church side and Woodcliff Lake and Woodcliff Park side to get to the
Mhm.
there's no crosswalk, there's nothing now. It gets you across
Yeah.
Weramis.
That's been a topic of conversation
Yes.
with the county for years.
And, we actually worked with the one corner and trimmed some trees back there, but I'll have.
On the north
property
corner.
maintenance, pay Bliss Court to
Perfect.
visit again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. One up.
Good evening, all. Bert Taylor, Woodcliff Lake. I like Mr. Stern's idea because everything starts out with a parent. You need a parent to get the child there. The child is not going to drive himself there. And then you work on whatever you need from there, whether it's a family, whether it's a single, whether it's somebody who's in a competition. I think that's a good starting point anyway. You work it out from there. Just a couple of things to start out with, just to make sure I know. I don't see ordinance 2613 on your agenda. It had been prior to this, and it had to deal with senior housing. It's not on tonight's.
613.
Is it pulled?
613's off the record, though. I don't know what-
Is it?
A full copy of it, because it's not
Should- should go.
introduced yet. When it's a public hearing,
It's on back of 12?
no, they don't have it,
They don't have-
because it's only
It's
introduced.
only introduction.
You don't
Once it's
get it,
introduced,
you
then,
get it for the.
then
public
it'll be
hearing part.
posted tomorrow.
Okay.
It's posted tomorrow.
That's always been the case.
I know, but it's not here. I just,
No, that's always been the
question.
case on an introduction, it's that full on spot.
Okay. And then I did a little work. I see there's an introduction also for the mayor and council's salaries. And I did a little search over here.
Your salaries have been sent.
Well, yeah, but it has something on there for mayor and council. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Unless you wanna give us-
I agree with you. So I did a little work over here and I said, okay, what are the going rates for a councilman and a mayor in the northern Bergen County area in towns under 10,000 people? You're way underpriced based upon that.
I know that.
Thank you.
Well,
Let me tell you.
yeah.
A couple of years ago, Josephine Higgins and Joe LaPaglia came in and said, we're glad that you guys are increasing your salary because you haven't increased in 30 years. And they were mayors.
I know, but
And it hasn't been increased since then.
but 2 cents an hour is just
Yeah, I know.
ridiculous.
So look, to Council President Stern's point, we do view it as a volunteer position and.
I
it does
understand
come up
that.
Every year, should we continue to take a salary? And the reason we continue to do so is being in this position, we are rightfully so hit up to donate to every charity and event and everything. So that's a way of offsetting our personal family's finances.
Yeah.
But the money in most cases is going.
I'm
back
just
to-
saying the others around here are a bit on the
We hope
other
they follow suit.
greedy side. It says they're making between $35,000 and $36,000.
That.
That's what I put in here. Do your own research, please. Do your own research.
We're talking about 10,000, 7,500. That's.
I
that's what we're talking
asked
about.
what their compensation was. And please do your own research.
Oh, right.
I agree with what your idea is. I just think
I
you're,
mean, I'll take 35. That's what I mean.
That's ignorant.
given everything else in the light of the time. I know the time that you put into these things, so it's still not that bad. I saw the land use board, and I saw that they had a what can I call it? There's a contention. There's 120 pages of document in there in their listing. It's not you, but the people who are going into Party City basically are ready to say they want to put in more units than we've allowed so far.
There's nothing before.
She said, this is just the land use board,
There's
that's all.
nothing before the land use board currently about the parties. Property.
Okay. Well, whatever it was, there was a 120-page document. I said, I'm not going to read that, so I put it in here and it said, give me a consensus of it, and it said they were contending the fact that we're not giving them enough units for the property that they want to go into.
I mean, the only issue in Party City that we had was so that.
They did join in our affordable housing.
Pay taxes for
Yes.
about a year, which was about $800,000.
Mhm.
I think it's alluded to when they filed.
When they filed into,
Affordable housing, when they filed.
they became a
they
party to our affordable housing litigation and they
Okay.
did argue to adjust their zoning so that housing would be allowed.
Uh-huh.
I think they wanted
Ah.
to do 50 units.
Yeah.
I think they ended
Yeah.
up with.
It was 7 units per
I
acre.
think half of those are gonna be senior.
Yeah,
55 houses.
okay, yeah.
So,
Anyway, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, et cetera.
but I don't think it's not pending before the-
It's not before the land use.
No, it's not before you, it's just, it shows,
It's not before our land use board. Our
Okay.
land use board has nothing in front of it about Party City presently.
okay. I will bring up that, I use that as a fact that people are kind of upset in the area. There's a Facebook page that creates a listing for the people from Woodcliff Lake, Hillsdale, Park Ridge, Montvale, blah, 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 blah. I do. And do thousands of people. Anyway, I posted pictures of the Russo property over in Paramus Park. And I said, this is what it's going to be. There are 300 people who responded to that, all saying we're going to be losing all of our charm of being small cities. We're going to be one of them the way it is. We already have over 1,200 units right now, plus whatever comes through in the next round with
There's not
with
12.
this.
Yeah, we're 1,200.
It's not,
There's-
anybody wants, but it's not 1,200, so I just.
Well-
want to avoid, you say something, people will avoid it. It's not
Yeah,
1,200.
I know. We'll go over that someday. I'll take every unit and I'll go every one that we got, because we got units here and there and et cetera. And some of them aren't even done yet, because we don't know what the owner of the Minnesota Vikings is going to do over there.
Well, everyone-
But-
so, actually,
But he's a billionaire, so you can imagine he's going to do something nice.
when we settled our affordable housing, we did put numbers in there, so we do know how many units are gonna be allowed. And that's why when we presented our affordable housing plan, there was a number of units that we listed, and that's the number of units that we're gonna have. And I understand you're thinking that they haven't built yet or whatever, but when you agree on 7 units per acre, you agree on 7 units per acre. There's nothing that we have those numbers set in stone. So even if the millionaire or billionaire Minnesota Vikings owner would love to put more units in, just because you want to do something with your property, as any private homeowner knows, you don't get to do that. And so since we did settle our affordable housing and we released that plan, our numbers are what they are, including the maximum number of units Party City can put on theirs as well. So we don't have surprise units in any of these designated properties because we've settled this. This is what it is. We're not, the numbers that we've given you, the numbers that we've put out there, those are the numbers. You may dislike those numbers, and that's totally fair. We worked our best to keep those numbers as low as possible. But the numbers that we got, that's it. Those are the numbers.
I bring up that area on Facebook because there's a lot of people out there who are upset about what's happening with the whole county,
It's a whole state.
the whole state. I know.
Probably everybody up here.
Everybody's.
I hope everybody up here is upset about
But
that.
you know what? We have no control over this,
We have,
unfortunately.
We just do the best we
We're
can.
doing the
If
best
you
we can.
didn't say no part, it would have been worse.
I think anybody who's near the Stony property knows that if you say no,
I'm
it
gonna,
could be a
if you
lot.
stick around for my mayor's report, I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to you about the legislation that's coming up now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, well, I'll just throw one thing out.
We're all in agreement. We're all in agreement.
Have you ever,
Hold on a second. So we talked about, the amount of density we ever get, which is about 7 units an acre on the hill and on Party City. We look at, Mottfield is, affordable housing plan is still in litigation. They are fighting, tooth and nail to try to get 7 units in, right? They would die if they got that one. And we ever did that because we worked with, we worked with, we were reasonable, we were rational about it, but the number we got and the type of units we got, and we got, 40 supportive housing units, we got some senior units. It is a tremendous win for the borough. Now, it's more than I want, it's more than everybody here wants, but that's what the law is. And we fought within the rules to get the lowest number possible and to have the least detrimental effect on it.
I thank you for fighting for that. I do.
Feel free to post that on Facebook.
Anyway,
Um,
I hope,
It's gonna be,
I hope the charm of northern New Jersey, Bergen County can remain.
We all do it.
And,
We all are.
and we fought very hard on behalf of our residents.
Yeah.
And I understand that, that having to have housing units instead of farms is a huge problem for all of us. We all wish it was farms. We all wish it was Greenland. But when we were faced with what to do with these properties and how many housing units they wanted to put on, it was not an easy task. It also wasn't quick. Josh and I started 2 years ago on our affordable housing plan. I mean, this was something that we put so much time and effort into fighting on behalf of our residents to come to a compromise that was in everyone's best interest. And we watched towns around us who did not take that path, get more units per acre, get more housing. And even when we were getting slammed by the residents, we still kind of were quiet about it and put our heads down and did the work because that's our job. And when everyone puts things on Facebook, that's like, you know, oh, 1,200 units, but that's not what we got. It's not fair to those of us who take no salary or very little salary, as you pointed out, and give up our time and do the work to make sure that we are acting in our residents' best interest. And I appreciate that you always come and you're looking at the numbers. I wish that more people listened to our meetings or paid attention to what we were saying, but you know, we have worked very hard on behalf of our residents and we're proud of what we've accomplished, even though that does not mean those are units that we want. We are proud that we weren't forced to take more units than what we were given.
Given that, I'll say, keep up the good work.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
We're gonna keep that one.
Anyone else for public comment? Being none, motion to close to the public? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None, motion passes. Okay, ordinances, public hearing, ordinance number 26-12, an ordinance to amend chapter 265 entitled Property Maintenance of the Borough Code of the Borough of Wolf Lake, State of New Jersey.
Motion to open the public?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? None, motion passes. Anyone who'd like to speak on this ordinance alone, please step up, state your name, the town you're from. Okay, motion to close to the public on this ordinance.
Motion to close to the public?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
None opposed, motion passes. Introduction, ordinance number 26
Wait,
dash.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Motion to adopt.
Oh, motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Roll call.
Mr. Belisle. Yes. Ms. Brodsky.
Yes.
Margolis.
Stern path.
Ms. Smart.
Yes.
Polly. Polly.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Stern. Yes.
Motion.
Yeah.
No, she's on her way. Oh, wait, we'll wait.
Yep. If they would, what's your vote?
Should we all clap?
Ms. Margolis.
Okay, motion passes.
That was ordinance number 26-12.
Yeah. Okay. Did we do, we did a roll call, right? Yeah.
What I just vote.
Okay, introduction ordinance number 26-13, an ordinance amending requirements of section 380 57A of the Code of the Borough of Wolf Lake to the creation of affordable housing units in the age-restricted housing overlay 2 district, ARHO-2 overlay zone. Motion for introduction.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay. Mayor's report. All righty, the new sidewalks on the east side are going in, look pretty good. And the lights,
The lights are coming.
they're coming, so it's good. The Broadway corridor is taking shape, which is very nice. Some of that money was grant money. I think about $123,000 came from grant money for those sidewalks. And the plan is to continue those sidewalks all the way up to the Park Ridge border and clean up that area a little bit. So I want to thank everybody for voting on that and for our grant writers to get us that money. It saved us taxpayers a lot of money to do that. So that's moving along very nicely. On the issue of what Bert was talking about, we are all very concerned with overdevelopment, right? When you think you're out of a problem, you're back into a problem, right? And I drafted up a letter, which I'd like to include in our tax bills, because it's important that our residents understand what we're facing as a governing body. This past Wednesday, I attended every month, we have a Pascack Valley Mayor's Meeting at different municipalities to discuss issues that affects us all. So the 10 mayors get together and we invite a speaker. And one of the speaker that came at our last meeting was Joe Burris. And he is a special master for the affordable housing, fair share housing, right? So he listens to our issues concerning affordable housing and ensures that we meet the requirements of the state. There are 3 bills flying through the legislature right now in Trenton, which we need our residents' help and support to get this message out. And these 3 bills basically takes away the rights, the zoning rights of municipalities and gives it to the state as of right. All right. So I'm just going to go over real briefly the 3 bills that are going through the legislature right now. And it's a bipartisan push from our suburban communities to protect our way of life, to protect our suburban communities, and every other issue that comes with overdevelopment. But we need our residents' help and support with this issue. And that's why it's important that we're bringing this up. And the Pascack Valley mayors are going to be sending out letters concerning this too. The League of Municipalities supports our position on this too. So the 3 legislative bills that are pending right now in the Senate, in the New Jersey Senate, is Senate Bill 6-1766, is the Stranded Asset Bill. This bill will override zoning ordinances, giving developers the right to build high-density, multifamily, mixed use for any corporate office building, strip mall, or shopping center. This second bill, and there's a second bill, 1787. It eliminates single-family zoning and allows everyone in the state to build separate residence on their property with only a 5-foot buffer from their neighbor. That's bill number 2. That's bill number 2. And bill number 3, Bill 1836, that has everybody upset. This bill permits nonprofits and religious institutions, property owners, to develop any site they own. This bill bypasses local zoning ordinance and allows development as of right. So they don't need to come to our zoning board, right? This bill basically says, this is what you need to build, right? And this is what this bill says. It establishes 3 tiers. Tier number 1, projects with 20% affordable housing will be permitted to build 40 units an acre with building heights of 1 story above existing zoning limits. Tier number 2, projects of 35% affordable housing would be permitted to build 60 units an acre with building heights of 2 stories above existing zoning limits. And tier number 3, projects of 50% affordable housing would be permitted at 80 units per acre with building heights of 3 stories above existing zoning limits. So basically, this destroys the concept of suburban living, right? This is a big issue. This is a problem, and this is flying through the legislature right now. So we need an uproar from our communities to reach out, and I put down the name of the senators that are sponsoring these bills. One is Senator Troy Singleton from District 7, and I have their contact information and email. And the other senator is Benji Wimberly of District 35, also supporting this bill. All right, so this is a bipartisan movement by our communities. Every single one of them opposes this bill, but we need our residents to start calling and start opposing, because if this goes through, imagine Our Lady Mother of the Church, imagine Temple Emmanuel, right? Imagine Apostolic Church, the church on Pascack Road. All right, Christ Lutheran. You're talking about 80 units an acre, Valley Chabad, 80 units an acre. Correct, and that's a problem. All right, and we thought we were done with the 4th round. We got our judgment. Everything is good. We did well on our mandate, as Councilwoman Marsh said. Now all of a sudden, all that's going to go out the window, and we got to start again. That's why you pay us so much. So, hopefully, I'm gonna send this to the council, before we submit it on the tax bill, but we would like to have everyone, once they get this letter, contact the senators. Anyone watching, please, follow through on this, because everybody's up in arms concerning this, the Senate bill. What else? I don't want to steal the thunder from our Park and Rec committee, but we're thinking of having a World Cup event at our park, a showing, a World Park viewing. We're trying to organize that right now. More information as that comes along. So that's just another benefit for our residents. And I've contacted our youth soccer director. He's very excited about that. So our kids can watch the matches of the World Cup, which happens only once every 4 years. So hopefully that's coming down the pike. And
Be more entertaining than.
Probably more people watching that than that.
all right, that concludes my mayor's report for this month. All right, council members' reports. Councilwoman March.
I'll be quick, I'll be speaking up tonight, but come next Tuesday to our planning board meeting, 7 PM. We'll be here. We will not be discussing 155 Dice. Party City is not on our agenda, but it's still always a good time. So we hope to see you there. That's it. Nice.
Ben, you're up.
Oh,
I could be shorter.
Councilman Pollak.
All right, just a couple of quick things from my side. Work continues on the train station parking lot and the pollinator garden on the lower level. Gotten some feedback, both positive and negative, on the pollinator garden. That was a compromise with the New Jersey Watershed and DEP to put that in, but it will be nice when it's all done. We'll have some nice seating so people can sit and have lunch overlooking the reservoir. Paving should be complete hopefully within the next month. We wanted it done for the first week in June. Obviously, that's now come and gone. We're working closely, or at least Neglia, our engineer, is working closely with the contractor to get that all completed. You'll see.
You have more on that, I'm sorry, Councilman. I met with the contractor and the engineer there today. Went over a couple of bunch of items, including clock tower, and they're supposed to get back to us very soon. Some dates on.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. Looking forward to getting that project complete. And as the mayor mentioned, a lot of other projects going on the Broadway corridor. So a lot of work to just continue to improve that whole section of town. Only other updates, you see several resolutions for various vehicles and equipment, whether it's police department, fire department, or DPW. So at our last meeting, we approved our budget and our capital expense. That money now will become available to us in the next couple of days. So we'll make good use of those investments and bring in that various equipment. And then lastly, just from a police department perspective, the PBA contract, resolution 26-139 solidifies that. We signed an MOU, I believe, back in December, working closely with Council President Stern and Councilman Bonanno. So this now codifies that, and that is a 5-year contract that goes into place. It will be hopefully approved.
Thank you. Councilman Bonanno.
Not much to say, a couple things on the DPW. The pool chlorine system repairs and ongoing preparations for the summer season have been working on the pool. It looks great. And they decorated the properties for the 250th anniversary. I think they did a great job, starting to look real nice. But to Carlos's point, the other thing I want to say, that the contact the senators, I think everyone has to pay attention to this with those laws. That's pretty scary when we get where we're going with that. So I hope everyone does pay attention and contact and make us think about it as much as we can.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Councilwoman Brodsky.
So the community app has been live now for about a week or so. I hope everyone has downloaded. It's the SDL portal app. You put in, I believe I did it a while ago, but you put in zip code and everything that's on the Woodcliff Lake website will go right to this app. So if that's a way that you like to get your communication better than going into a website, it's right on your phone. So you can also put in for notifications, so you never miss one of our events. Even Recycle Coach is on there, so one-stop shop, right on your phone. Just to give an update on the same Facebook page that Mr. Taylor was referencing, there was a lot of negative feedback on the new playground at Wooddale Park, and even though it's a county park, it sits in our home. So I, with the help of Mr. Badia, contacted people at the county. And the information right now is there will be new benches. What they put in right now was just the first piece. New other amenities will be coming, so they just ask for everyone's patience. This Friday, the pool opens daily on June 19th. TGA Summer Tennis, Golf, and Pickleball begins on June 22nd. Our Woodcliff Wednesdays will begin on June 24th, again, starting a lot earlier this year. Focusing the first week will be geared towards, the kids and kids entertainment while they're home before the summer and school's out. And then camp starts on June 29th. So summer is in full bloom. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Brodsky forgot to mention that she attended the Park Ridge Planning Board
He
meeting.
did last meeting.
Last meeting? Okay. So
I can give him an update to that.
All right,
though.
you give an update.
I'll give an update. So I did plan, attend the Park Ridge Planning Board meeting when they were discussing, when the developers from Sony were there. And I took advantage of, they were looking for, what's the word?
To amend their plan.
They were looking for an amendment of some sort, but I took advantage of them being there to address a lack of trees that separate the Sony property and the people who live on Claremont. So far, we have an agreement to meet. We're just waiting on a date with the owner. So that's the update right now.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at those properties and how there used to be 100-foot buffer between our properties and the Sony property. Through their planning efforts and the developers, they changed that buffer to 30 feet. So those buildings are right up against our, yeah.
No, Lyle did
They
it
look-
exactly with the gun. He measured exactly. It's 230 feet. It's exactly 30 feet.
So if you want an idea of what this community could look like, just go right down the road on Washington Township, right? And cross the road, the blinking red light, and on the left side, look at that building going up on a one lane street going one way and one lane street going the other way. That's more than 40-something units in a single family residential zone.
40 townhomes.
How many houses were there? There were 2 houses?
I think there was 2 houses there from what I remember, and they took that down and they put this monstrosity
Yeah,
in the single family residential zone,
it's crazy.
right? And municipalities are handcuffed in terms of fighting this, and all we could do is try to control it as much as we can to reduce the density. But that's what every municipality is facing. And unfortunately, what hits the fan once this is done, and residents don't realize how this has been coming down the pike, slowly but surely. And it's our job to communicate this to the residents so they understand that our hands are pretty much tied when it comes to these type of developments. I could assure you that the Washington Township governing body didn't want that development there. But unfortunately, that's what happens. So thank you, Councilman Brodsky, for attending that meeting and try to create some type of buffer between Claremont and Park Ridge. But again, we'll see what comes out of that. Councilwoman Margolis.
Thank you. I just want to add something to what Councilman Bonanno said, is that Bulky will start again in July. It was off for a couple months, but it's back in July. And I attended the senior party last week, the Senior Citizen Association, for their summer party. It was very well attended. It was their last meeting of the year. They transitioned to water aerobics and other activities, some field trips. But I will tell you that I took part in their limbo game because I didn't know they were doing that, but we did, and I won. It's very exciting. I also beat Officer Sabah, so that was, very exciting. But we did some line dancing and they really had a wonderful time, and it was luau themed. So that was great. They look forward to seeing everyone this summer at the pool. Our 250th celebration on July 4th is really taking shape with the Triborough community, which is amazing. We will be, as those who don't know, there's a parade starts at 10:30 in Montvale. It goes to the Warrendike Barn and Homestead. And then after that, there'll be a barbecue. And then after that, there'll be a party at our pool. We've been getting some great sponsors and donations from local businesses, and the mayor of Park Ridge is very excited that he got a town crier because he had a cancellation. Well, I'm just kidding, but we have a town crier. There's some garbage trucks taking part. There's a horse and wagon taking part in the parade. So everyone is invited. We will have a DJ at our pool, and I'm sure it is going to be a hot day, so everyone will be great to cool off and spend some time together. So the event goes from 10:30 till 7 that day. Take part in whichever part you would like. And we'll have food at the barn and the homestead. We also want a reminder that Veolia Watershed Program is still open for those who want to purchase a key to go in, not just our watershed, but all their watersheds across the county. I was going to mention Woodville Playground. There was an incident or alleged incident about biking safety that someone felt uncomfortable while biking. At the PFA meeting, the officers told people what to do if your child feels uncomfortable, which is find a family, go to a neighborhood house, and obviously call the police as soon as possible so they can respond and check out the situation. It's important to note that the Sergeant Scherfer is now leaving lead to Officer Wagner. Detective Wagner is going to be the new head of lead, so that is exciting for many reasons. And also everyone should be on the lookout for an e-bike law that comes into effect on July 1st, where you will need a license to operate an e-bike, and there's varying tiers based on age. There are no e-scooter rules as of yet. And as Councilwoman Brodsky mentioned, I think people should note that Recycle Coach is back. If you had deleted it, bring it back, because it is working perfectly again. And the last thing is the soccer party. Hillsdale is having one this week, which is why we've looked to do one later down the line. And we will also use them as a test case to see if their streaming capabilities are, but they've been working really hard and practicing and testing the system. So it is Friday at Beechwood Park at 3 p.m. There'll be food trucks, and anyone is welcome to attend.
Thank you. Councilman Stern. Yeah, one thing which we have, everyone up here knows, but in connection with the redevelopment agreement with BMW, they are providing $2 million to the borough for the redevelopment and the renovations at the Lydecker House, which is by the pool. A number of years ago, the town purchased it without a real plan of what to do with it. It just sort of sat there, lonely and vacant, slowly. But recently we met with our borough planner, who's also a landscape architect, who has given us some very rudimentary concept plans. Those will be developed soon. There's a lot of DEP regulations that control that site, because there's a C1 waterway that passes right through. But in the next couple of months, we hope to have really detailed concept plans that we can share with the public, and to try to get public input as to what people want. The one thing that was on the initial concept plans was more of a natural playground for kids, so we built into the landscapes. It's a fairly large property. I think it's 4.5 acres over there. So we're really looking into develop not just the building itself, really the grounds, really turning into something to be the envy of Bergen County. So stay on the lookout for that in the next couple months.
If I can add one thing on that note, just want everyone to be rest assured that in all of this developing, nothing changes the canopy of the area. The only thing that might be removed are trees that are dead. And if so, it'll be really cleaned up, but I was assured that the canopy would stay exactly as is.
And I want to add something about the project, that this project, it was bought before any of us on the council were on the council, and there was a plan that was made at some point in 2018 or 2016. There was a concept plan made. We have the drawings. Yeah. So it wasn't funded. Yeah. And we took grant money. So it's become a, Yes,
The ladder for us.
Like, it really is a beautiful,
It's a challenge.
property and building, and with the money from the BMW development, we can really turn it into something really useful.
Yeah.
Not just the inside, but also the outside. I think it'll really transform our whole area, so stay on the lookout. Fran was very excited by it.
Right.
Mr. Padilla?
Thank you, Mayor. Just to reiterate what a couple of the folks have said, especially Mr. Pollack. As you know, since the budget's now passed, now we are starting to purchase the items that were authorized on the capital. Those are on the agenda tonight. With respect to the watch party that that's been discussed, that you mentioned that we're going to possibly do at the next round, not this round. I will need a resolution, and I was asking the attorney if we could do it by voice now. It would be a resolution not to exceed $5,000 to work with Next Wave Web and Mr. Issa Suki, who would be providing the way to stream this the game.
Where's the money coming from?
That will be coming from donations, and the mayor has secured probably that and more, which will cover any incidental, such as possibly overtime for police if we need to have parking and crossing folks, DPW obviously for setup and cleanup. So could I have a motion to at the right? I'm sorry.
Maybe we can do a motion to amend the consent. Bear Burger just paid their fees, so we motion to add them to the consent agenda for liquor license renewal.
So we'll do it that way. So a motion to amend the consent agenda to add an agreement with this facility or this unit, not to exceed $5,000, provided that we have the donations in place, and a resolution to add Bear Burger as for their liquor license for the coming year. All right.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
And unless anyone has any questions on any of the resolutions, that'll conclude my report, Mayor.
All right, consent agenda? As amended,
Motion, second.
no in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
None opposed, motion passes. That's right.
Second.
Second.
Sorry.
All in favor?
I gotta put my
All
tennis on.
opposed? The motion passed. Thank you, everybody.
Bert, you had, yeah, good night, everyone. You had a question? Yeah, I meant to ask you at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask me if I know, I'll tell you.
There's a.